Happy July 4th. Happy Independence Day. 240 years of American freedom and independence. Feel so blessed to live in this amazing, remarkable country. So giving. As the Rebbe always said, a Medina Shel Chesed, a nation of kindness that ensures freedom all over the world. So generous and so giving. But this year, more than ever, I feel so blessed to be an American, because I recognize that with all the anti-Semitism and challenges in the world, other than Israel, there's no better place to be a Jew and to walk around with a proud kippah celebrating the IDF in Israel than in America. Every day when I walk in the streets, you might hear the noise, but people come over to me, if it's in the shops or on the streets, and say, "We support Israel, we love your kippah." I feel so blessed to live in this country, and I think that now more than ever we have to celebrate America and American independence, because most of those that hate Israel hate America and hate American independence and freedom. But you know, today's a special day for another reason. 83 years ago, in the year 1941, the Lubavitcher Rebbe and his wife, Rebbetzin Chaya Mushka Schneerson, arrived on the shores of America on the last boat from France, saved from the Holocaust. And the Rebbe lost his brother, and his wife lost her sister, and he lost his uncle to the Nazis. The Rebbe lost his father to Stalinism, who passed away in exile in Almaty and never made it to the Rebbe's wedding, even though he was alive. And there's something interesting, because when the Rebbe came to America, I always repeat the story of Herman Wouk. When Herman Wouk asked the Rebbe, he said, in Russia, back in communist Russia, they told you when to get up, what to do, when to go to sleep, what to eat, how you could work, what you could say. So at that point, it was easy to be Jew and follow all these rules. But now when you come to America, and the whole idea of America is freedom, freedom from anyone telling you what to do, how are we going to be able to make sure that Judaism continues? And the Rebbe said something that the Rebbe followed with every fiber of his being from coming to America 83 years ago. The Rebbe said that in America you can't tell anyone to do anything, but you could teach everyone, or you could teach them to do everything. And what the Rebbe was saying was that when God brought us to America, He gave us the power to be free and to choose. As we say in the Declaration of Rights, in the Bill of Declaration of Rights, that we all have our freedom endowed to us by the Creator, not by mankind. And the Rebbe compared it to last week's Torah portion when the spies want to go to Israel to see the best way to conquer it. And God says, Moses asked God, should I send the Jews? And what does God say? Shlach l'cha, send for yourself. He says, Moses, I'm leaving it up to you. And the question all the rabbis ask is, I don't understand. Moses should have taken that as a cue. If till now God told him what to do, how to do, and suddenly God says, hey, now it's up to you. Moses should have had a red flag. Oh boy, I better not do this. Because obviously God doesn't want. If He wanted, He would have told me to do it. And the second question, of course, is in Haftorah we read the story of Joshua. Before Joshua actually brings the Jewish people into Israel 40 years later, after the generation was punished, what does he do again? He sends spies. And granted, this time they're successful. But why would Joshua have sent spies after Moses' failure? And why would Moses have sent spies after God told him not to? And the Rebbe answers something so remarkable. In the month of Sivan, we got the Torah. The spies left on the 28th day of Sivan, which is today, the day of July 4th, Independence Day this year in America, and the day that the Rebbe and his wife came to the shores of America and changed our outlook on what it means to be free to choose the right thing. And the Rebbe said, what God was telling Moses at that moment was that your relationship has graduated from me having to tell you what to do to you choosing the right thing. Because you see, God desired to have a world, a place, an abode, in the lowest abode. He wanted a place for godliness. And He knew the only way that we could partner in that is if we had choice. If someone tells you what to do, you're not really a partner, you're forced to do it. God wanted us to be partners. And with the spies on the 28th day of Sivan, the Rebbe God told Moses, the relationship has changed. You've graduated to be able to choose. And when you choose, you become a true partner. Yes, there's pitfalls. We see what happened when Moses' spies, they failed. But Moses recognized that although the spies might fail, what God was telling him, that he wants a deeper relationship and connection. One that comes from freedom and choice. And the same is true on the 28th Sivan when the Rebbe came to America. The Rebbe recognized that America, yes, America is about freedom and choices. And there's tremendous pitfalls. If you make the wrong choices, we see the spewing anti-Semitism on the streets of America. We see the hate sometimes. We see the dangers. But we also know the blessings. Everything good comes with challenge. And what God is telling us is that we have the opportunity in a place that we're free to make the right choices. And when we choose the right thing, instead of being forced to do it, it's a much deeper connection. And we become true partners with Almighty God. And that's the beauty of being Jewish and living in America. And being able, instead of being forced not to do your religion, you could choose to keep kosher, to keep Shabbat, to celebrate. This week, in a week, on Tuesday, we're commemorating the 30th yard site of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. And from when the Rebbe came to America 83 years ago, he revolutionized and changed the landscape of America and world Jewry all over the world and beyond. Every state in America has a Chabad. 100 countries impacting Jews and Gentiles to choose that gift that God gave us, freedom, democracy, and use it in the right way. It's a tremendous gift. Why would you let it waste on the floor? There's a story that they say about this Jewish immigrant who came to America and he had to buy a train ticket. And he comes to the line, he sees two lines. One is a long line, one is a short line. He doesn't speak English, he doesn't understand, so he goes to the short line. He goes into the short line, he buys a ticket, and it happened to be the first class counter, that's why it was shorter. But he comes onto the train, and he sees a bunch of guys hiding under the seat. He didn't realize that they don't have tickets. He thought maybe that's the way they do it in America, so he hides under the seat. The conductor comes and he sees guys hiding under the seat. He pulls them out, and he says, "What are you doing here? The guy doesn't understand. He pulls out his ticket. The conductor looks at his ticket. He sees the guy bought a first-class ticket. And the conductor looks at him and says, "Fool, if you have a first-class ticket, what are you sitting under the seat?" God gifted us to live in America in 2024 as a Jew, the greatest ticket, the first-class ticket. Embrace it. Cherish it. Be a proud American. Be a proud Jew. Love Israel. Love America. And anyone who spews the nonsense of dual loyalty is an idiot. Because it's almost like telling someone if you love your mother and your father that you have dual loyalty. Of course it's not, because both your mother and your father want the same thing and love you the same. And the same is true about America and Israel. We both want freedom and democracy and be able to live in peace and innovate and work hard and create and choose to do the right things. So on this July 4th, I tell you, happy Independence Day. Be a proud American. Be a proud Jew. And may God bless America. God bless Israel. And God bless freedom wherever it may exist. Have a happy 5th of July.